There we go. Hey, welcome to Rusty's Sudoku Solve stream, where we attempt to solve Sudoku puzzles. Not play No Man's Sky. Probably should be setting up a new channel for No Man's Sky on Twitch, but it's going to be, well, it can be done. I've been recalcitrant about doing that, and we'll see what we do. Alright, let's do a quick validation, and it says this is a solvable puzzle with only one solution, which means I did not mess up the loading at this point. Alright, so we got several ones on the board already. See if we get any solves as a result. Yes, we got a solve here. And we get two possibilities there and there. Over here we've got two possibilities there and there. That leaves us with four possibilities down here for now. Alright, so twos, we've got two possibilities here. Four possibilities, or five possibilities here. Almost discounted that one down there. Here we've got four possibilities. Four here. Four there. 5, 6 here. And part of the reason I am up this late to stream today is I was up at my place up north today, got a little bit more sun than I should have, so a little bit of solar burns, sunburns, radiation poisoning, some might say. And when I got home, I said, you know something, I'm going to go get some rest. I was kind of acting like my body was going to fall asleep in the middle of watching videos and stuff. And so I went upstairs, went to bed, and literally a few minutes back, woke up and said, well, let's get these Sudoku puzzles solved. We got two of them today. Puzzle number 262 and 268. The 26 is for this being the 26th week of the year, at least according to my calendar. Some people may look at it a little bit differently. And then today is the 2nd. It's also a Tuesday, day 2 of the week. I count Sunday as day 0. And as a result, that gets Monday is day 1, Tuesday is day 2. All right, this is a 4. So this is a 4. Not a 4th there, not a 4th there. All right. And then since it's Tuesday, we do a 2 for Tuesday, or I do a 2 for Tuesday, where I make two puzzles available to solve, and that means I have to work on solving 2 of them when I do the stream. And because of the way I number the puzzle, or the days, and what how I select them for the opportunity to solve them, that leaves us with a couple or 3 puzzles each week that could be made use or published. And I decided we're going to skip day 7 because that would just confuse people, I think. Is day 7 Sunday, or is it not a day? Or in any case, I skip it and use either 8 or 9. And so for now, we will go with it being, or the day 8 puzzles being the filler second puzzle for the day. All right, up to 7s now. I got to solve for a 7 there. 4 possible 7s up here. And as I keep reminding people, my process for solving them is not necessarily the best by any means. There are definitely better ways to solve these puzzles that result in a faster solution. I'm not disputing that is a situation. I have not mastered it by any means. This is a method that I've found at least gets me a high percentage of solved puzzles. So if you have a better solution for solving and you would like to share it with me, I'm open to your recommendations. You are welcome to comment pointing to better, faster, smoother solution processes. I will be more than happy to take a look at them and try to learn from them, because there are many a day where I am definitely looking at it going, there's got to be a better solution than this. So feel free to let me know of any of those situations that I should be aware of. And I will not be upset by anybody saying, hey, you're doing something really stupid. I know I am. I'd like to learn to do better. It's going to take some time. All right, we got a 9 in that row, so there's another 9 solved. So looks like this might be a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the row. 6, 7, 8, and 9 in the column. So yep, 5. This one becomes a 2. Oh, no, not a 2, 3. And this becomes a 2. That leaves an 8 here. Not an 8 here or here. Not a 2 here. We'll clean up some of the other extras that we've now got. And see if that gives us any other solutions. Well, we've got the 7 sitting here. I got a 7, 6 elsewhere in it, 7, 8, 6. And this standalone 7. Well, in this row, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the row. A 6, 8, and 9 in the column. So yes, a 7 is appropriate here. Not there, or there, or there. Or over here. And that leaves us with a 6 here. And we already know everything except the 8 is needed in the rows. So, and there's an 8 in the column for that one. So this one becomes an 8 over here. So we can clean up a couple other things around the track here. And sometimes when we get here, I will skip the fact that it leaves me something as a solution. Here we've got a potential problem here. I've got 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, and one of those cannot be a 5, 2. So we've got 1s here, 2s all over the place, 3s here, or, well, can't be a 3 here, so we've got the 2 3s up here, a 4, 5s are all eligible for these. 6, 7s are going to be up here. 8s are going to be up here too if we're going to have any. So let's put in a couple possible 8s there. And that clears up this problem. So, all right, 5, 2, 5, 2 means this one's going to be a 1 because it cannot be either a 5 or a 2, and this one's going to be a 6. This one here will be a 5. Take the 5 away from there. Now, you're welcome to go through and validate that. My expectation is that since I did the quick check on the 5 2s, and these no longer can be a 2, that makes this definitely a 5. Well, maybe it isn't, but I'm treating it as a definite 5, or definitely that, and we'll be working through the rest of these under that assumption until I come up with a point where I'm blocked because that was not the correct answer for that square. And then we'll be backing out and we'll see if we've got a different solution path that I should be following. All right, 5 2, 5 2, 5 3, 5 or 2 3, 2 3, 2 4 3, 6 3, 5 6 3, 7 5, or 7 3 7 3. So this is a 4 and this is a 2. Turns this into a 5, and this becomes a 2 over here. Also, this becomes a 2, this is a 3, and this is a 5. 2 here, not a 2 in these two, 4 3s. Not a 4 here, not a 5 here, not a 3 on either of these two. That becomes a 5, so that's an 8. Pair of 6 3s. Clean up some of the 5s. There's a 3 here now. 2 3 cleaned up here. Not a 3. 7. Not a 7. 6. 8. Let's see. 1 3. 1 3 6. 3 up here. This becomes a 4 and a 7, and now I've got a 5 here. This is a 1 and a 2. 3 here with a 4 here, 3 here, and a 1 here. And now we are almost done, it looks like. I got a 3, a 7, a 5, and a 2 to solve this puzzle. And that took me 12 minutes, 23 seconds. Get a quick note of that. Putting it in a obsidian scratch pad. I've used this pad for previous entries, so I'm also cleaning up the results of that week. And back to the puzzles. All right, now let me go down here to 268 so I can load it up in the game. We're going to go play again. Create our own. I'm not actually creating my own, but I don't have a way to import it per se. One option I suppose I could have is to be running the puzzle on other systems using X to say, hey, show it over here. But that's becoming less and less useful as an option because of various reasons that I will not get into because they sound really stupidly political. They are. But I'm not judging the people making those decisions. There are potentially very good reasons for doing what they're doing. They just cause minor issues with their minor problems with our gaming. All right. So this is the start of puzzle 282 or 286. These are medium puzzles, so the difficulty is not really all that exceptional. Let's fill in some of these that we know are going to be possibilities. And solutions, for example, those threes we spot right off the bat. That kind of means that one of these two is going to be a 1. One of these, oops, that one's not. One of these two is going to be a 1. I get 3 possibilities here. We'll hold off on filling those in for the moment. One of these 3, one of these 2 is going to be 1. I should say there's 4 possibilities here. That means I've got one of these 2 as a 1. And I've got 3 possibilities here for 1. 2s. So we can't have any 2s here. One of these 2 will be a 2. One of these 2 will be a 2. Down here I've got 3 possibilities. Here I've got 4 possibilities, 3 possibilities here, and 4 possibilities here. All right. I already went through with the 3s. Good. Let's take a look at 4s. I got 2 possibilities there. I've got 3 possibilities here. We got a 4 here. That reduces this to 2 possibilities, and we now have 2 possibilities down here, and 2 possibilities here. All right, 5s. We've got 3 possibilities for 5 here, 3 here, 3 possibilities here. Here I've got 3 possibilities. I got 4 possibilities here and 4 possibilities here for 5. So nothing's getting filled in for 5s at this point. 6s, I've got a solve here, 2 possibles here, 2 possibles here. Oh, not a 6 there, so there's a solve there, another solve here. Here I've got 3 possible 6s. I've got 2 possibles here. And we'll continue on. We'll see we've got 2 possible 7s here. 5 possibles there, 4 here. Way too many, a few of these other places. 8s. And we've got 2 possible 8s here. This one blocks everything in the middle row of that. Since those 2 are possible 8s, I got 3 here, 5 here, 4 here, 5 here, all kinds of them here, full 6, 3 possibles there, 4 possibles here. All right, let's try 9s. All right, 9. So we got a 9 there, which means one of these 4 is going to be a 9. I've got all kinds of possibilities there, but we're down to 3 possibilities here, 4 here, way too many possibles there, 5 here, already said 4 up here, and some down here and over here. And this does not give me a lot of narrowed downs. So we got a 1, 6 here. That actually leaves us with an opening up here, and we know what that this is going to be one possibility, and that is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like this is going to be a 8. So 1, 6 here, 3's here. Does that change anything for 8s? Yes, it does. It means this one's going to be an 8 now. I've still got 4 possibilities for 8 there. 3 possibilities here, 3 possibilities here, 4 possibilities here. Still have those 2, and way too many possibilities here. All right. But we've got a 1, 6 here, 3 possibilities for an 8. About 2's? We've got 3 possibilities for 2. That becomes a possible 3. Let me check this now. We know that 1's are possible here. So this one's not going to be a 1. We got a 2 in that row, possibly a 3 here, 4, 5. And then again, we've narrowed that down to 6. There's also one down here, a 7, an 8 here. So really about the only other thing that we can have here is a 9. So we'll hold off on that. We got a pair of 7's here. Let's see, what can we do over here? We got 1's, 2's, a 3 and a 4 in the square. 3 possible places for a 5, 6. Everything's open for a 7 at the moment. 8, and again, everything's open for 9 at the moment. All right, not a lot of usefulness there. All right, over here we got 1, 4. 3 possible places. There's 4 possible places for a 2, including the 1 4. But that's, since I've got a 1, 4 in there, we'll say no, that's not going to be 2. So we get 3 possibles. 5 and 6 are givens. 3 possible 7, or 2 possible 7's now. Let's mark those 2 7's. Since we know it's restricted to 2. All right. 8's. We got 3 possibilities for an 8 here. These 2 can't be. This one can't be. So 3 possibilities for the moment. 9's, we've got another 3 possibles for 9. All right. All right, I am not coming up with a lot of useful fixes here, so let's go ahead and start punching in the rest of the numbers. 3, 4, so 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so we got 1's, 2's, 3's, 4, 5's, 6's, 7, 8's, and That leaves us with a 9 here. An empty slot. Let's check that. So we know we got 1s here. We've already got a 2 in this here. Again, and a 3 here. Already a 4 in the square. 5 in the row. 6 in the column. 7 in the square. 8 in the row. So yes, this is a 9. That turns these two into possible 9s. All right. And over here we've got a singleton for a 3. So is that correct? Is there anything else that can be here? Again, we see the 1s here. We got the 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the column, 8 in the row, 9 in the row. So yes, a 3 here. So that's not a 3. And that takes care of 2 more squares here. This one can't be, so this one is a 3. And let's see, you got a 1, 6. All right, let's come back over here. And let's see if we can do any magic over here as well. So we've got 1s and 4s. So these 3 possible for 2. Got a 3 marked already. So again, the 4, 5, and 6 are given. Pair of places for 7. That might come in handy in a little bit. We'll see. Yes, it will. This means that one of these two are going to be a 7. 8, we've got 3 possibilities for an 8. And 3 possibilities for a 9. All right. Over here, we've got a 1 already. We got 2 possibilities for 2, which means this one can't be a 2. One of these 2 will be. Got a 3. And we've got 4s already there, pair of 4s. 5 says this can't be a 5, and these can't be a 5, so let's mark everything else. And we got a 6 in the square already, a 7 blocking this row, so let's mark the other 5 places for 7s. 8 in the center column. Actually, that 5 was in the column, so let's mark the other 5 places that could be an 8. Oops, that one can't be. And then we've got a 9 blocked in the row, so we've now got 3 places for a possible 9. All right. Now, I did say that there was going to be some things fixed up as a result, but not yet here. We got 3 possible places for a 2, 3, 4. Oh, I've got to put in 1s, don't I? Let's put in 1s too. 3 or 4 places for a 1, 3 places for a 5. No, 2 places. Yeah, 3 places for a 5. We've got 6s dropped in already, 2 of them. 7s, we've got 2 possibles for 7 here. 8s already in place, so now the rest is dropping in a bunch of 9s. This square is fully populated now. Over here, we've got 3 places for 1. A 2, 3, 4, and 5 in place. 2 places for 6. 3 places for not a 9. 7. We've got 3 places for an 8. And 4 places for a 9. And this one can't be, we got possibles there, never mind. Okay, 1s, 2s, 3, 4 in here already. So now I've got three places for 5. 6 already dropped in. 4 places for 7. Got an 8 in place, and it looks like I've got 9s potentially going everywhere. Now over here, I think I'd seen that there might be something leading up or useful in this one. We'll see. So we've got 1s, 2s, and 3s already dropped in. We got a singleton place for a 4 now. That means we've now got 2 places for a 5. I got a 6 already in place. I've got, well, these 2 down here. Oh, this becomes a 1 and a 4 here. And we'll be taking care of some other stuff along the way. But we are still working on this one here. So we got 5, 6. One of these 2 is going to be 7. One of these 2 is going to be 7, leaving us 2 places for a 7 here. And neither of those can be 8. We got 2 places for an 8 already. And now we've got 4 places for 9. Because I don't have anything narrowing that down enough yet. All right, so an 8, 5, 8, 5, 1, 8, 5, 2, 7, 1, and 7, 2. And this is the only 5 I've got in the row, so that becomes a 5. Clean up these 2. Clean up these 2 down here. Gives me a 5 here. So these 2 are not, and this one is. Means this one is not. One of these 2 will be. But that gives me an 8, 2 here. That goes with the 7, 2 up here. 7, 1 goes with the 8, 1 down here. But now I've got an 8, 1, 8, 1. So now I've got a 7, 9 pair on the row as well. 7, 8. 7, 9. 8, 9, 9, or 8, 9, 2, 9, 2, 8, 9, 7, 9, 7, 2, 7, 8, 2. Okay. Only 8 in this column. So that becomes an 8, not an 8. 9, 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 9. Eight, 2, 8, 5, 2, 8, 5, 2. 8, 1, 8, 1, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 8. 8, 9, 2, 9, 5. All right, looks like I've got a lot of triples. Let's see if I can run through one of them. This is, I've got a 7, 1 here. I've got a 7 or a 1, 9 and a 1, 7, 9. Let's take this as a 1. This becomes a 9. This becomes a 7. 5, 2, 5, 2, 6, 5, 2, 6 pair. This becomes a 6 and a 1 here. This becomes a 7. This becomes a 6, which means this is no longer 5 or 6, 5, 2. This becomes our 6, a pair of 5 2s now. 8, 2, 8, 5, 2, 9 over here. 8, 1, 1, 8. Oh, that gives me down here. So let's undo that, that pick of a 1, and let's say that's going to be a 7 now. So not a 7 there. This becomes a 6, this becomes a 1, and a 6 here. So not a 6 there or over here. Not a big surprise on that. That's just kind of the way these things work, right? All right, 82852, 852. Okay, not particularly useful. All right, we got a 1919, so this cannot be a 9, 9, or 9 here. 5252 makes this into a 6. Now I've got a 52, 82852. So 7 9s over here, 791, 17 or 19. Could go with that. I'm going to hold off on that mark at this point. Instead, I'm going to start working with these two triples. Let's try 1 here, 9, 7. This forces that to be a 7. That becomes a 2. So now I got a 5 2 or 8 5 8 5. So this becomes a 2, an 8, 1, 7 9 pair, 8 9 2 8 9 or 8 9 and 9 2. Let's clean up these 2s. This becomes a 9. That turns that into a 1, and I've now got a 7 2 pair. And this becomes a 1. Only 7 in the column, so turn that into a 7. This becomes a 5, 8, 9. 8 here, 5, 9, 1, 2, 9, 5, 9, 7. Nope, that's breakage. So back up to where we selected, I think, a 1 up in the top center square. Yep. So that means the 1, 9 becomes a 1, 7 and 9 come out of the equation there. Not a 7, not a 7, not a 7. So that turns that into a 7, 2, and 9 in the top row. 8 and 1 in that column. 8 over here, and we've now got a 5 2 pair that we'll have to see about tidying up in a bit. 8 here, 9. Turns that into an 8, 2, and a 7. 9 here, 1, 7, 1, 9, 2. 9, 1 over here. 2 and 5 there. This becomes a 2. An 8 here, 9, 7. And we're going to solve this with a 5 and a 2 in the middle squares. All right, and that took us 22 minutes and 55 seconds. So the looking for pairs at the start was not a useful way to cut down time significantly, I don't think, but maybe it was. In any case, 22 minutes, 55 seconds is not a bad time. I want to say thanks for hanging out with me. I will get solutions to both puzzles posted to Blue Sky here in just a couple of minutes, and I hope to see you again later today or tomorrow. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.